Cheers. I've been waiting to try this one.
This one almost smells like piss.
Oh, it really does. You ruined it for me. I can't. Alright, hold your nose. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Slightly nervous.
Well, maybe you should be.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Alright, we'll get started.
Oh,
You look good. Oh, yeah, there you go. Pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
Alright. I think you'll like this one. Put your hand out. That's the first one. Cheers. Smell it first. Tell me what you think it is.
It's beer.
Yeah?
I think it's an IPA. It smells hoppy. It's definitely a beer. I think it's definitely an IPA.
Alright, you can take that up.
Am I right?
Yeah. So it's called Citra Hope Life. Oh, Hobo
Life.
Hobo Life.
That's what I look like.
So it's a session IPA. I went to this place down in Northport that has a whole bunch of random interesting beers. Like I did a goat milk beer with somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. I didn't notice the difference between that and an Ace stout. It was just like a dark stout.
Okay.
I tried a Christmas ale though. That was gross.
Really? I love Christmas beers.
No. I filmed it in September, so it was from like the previous Christmas's beer. I don't like IPAs at all.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's super hoppy.
Yeah. It's almost like drinking Bud. Not like Bud the beer, like Bud the herb.
It tastes like weed smells. I think Heineken smells like that too, though.
I don't know. I don't mess with Heineken. Or like...
Any like name
what
brand
was
beer.
it? Corona. Like
Oh,
those
Corona
light
smells like it
beers.
too, yeah.
Or like Bud Light. I can't do. Even Bud. I'm like a beer prude.
Yeah.
It's got to be a good beer.
All right, so introduce yourself.
So, my name's Anthony Nazario. I'm a chef and guitarist.
You're not just any chef, though.
Yeah, I'm just a chef.
No, get out of here. So this chef has been nominated for Best Chef of Long Island. You've been nominated a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
One year when I was working at the restaurant that they had me under, and then like another 2 years after.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just
at the same restaurant that I didn't work at anymore.
Wow, so 2 or 3
under
years.
like the wrong spelled last name too. It was great. It was phenomenal.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal, though. Out of all the restaurants and all the chefs on Long Island to be nominated as one of the best chefs.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely cool. I didn't even know any of the years until someone had told me. Like, it's not like, I think it's like a Beth page that runs it or something, and they don't contact you to let you know that you're in the running or anything.
That's
so it'd be like
maybe they didn't. They contacted Anthony Nazario, the other.
Yeah, the wrong Anthony Nazario with 2 Z's in it.
But like for those people that don't know, like Bethpage is a bank here. It's Bethpage Federal Credit Union. But like it's like a big thing for Long Island. There's probably like 50 different categories, like best wine bar, best bar, best
restaurant, best gastropub,
best late night entertainment,
best
band, best singer, best like
it's not just food.
Anything Long Island though. But like I mean, there's a couple million people on Long Island, so being nominated is a pretty cool deal. So how long have you been in the industry for? How'd you get in the industry too?
So Sarah, my wife, actually got me my first kitchen job on Fire Island when I was 17. I started as a dishwasher. It was supposed to be for 1 weekend. And
13 years later.
13 years later. I mean, I took some time off when I finished high school, went to school for music for a while. Mm-hmm. And then after the music thing wasn't working out, that's when I decided to go to a culinary trade school for 6 months and do a 3-month externship after. And I just kind of stayed in that kitchen for a while where I did my externship. And
where was that?
That was Mirabelle in Stony Brook.
Oh, okay,
working for Guy Rouge. We're doing more?
Oh, we got a couple.
All
right. All right, 1, 2, 4.
1.
This one's interesting. It's part of the World Beer Club.
You gave it away.
Gold Award for 2006. Oh, spilled it all over the place.
You want this to clean it up?
Yeah, while you're wearing it. Oh, I'm making a mess. Put your hand out. Yeah, there you go. Here. Cheers.
Cheers. I can't smell this one. I think I still have IPA on my face.
Oh, this one's good. Wow, interesting. You can taste what it is once I tell you. You might be able to tell. I mean, you're a chef.
Hold on, I gotta get a sec. I still have like that IPA in my mouth, on my palate.
You want to cleanse your palate?
No, okay. I can't tell what it is.
Yeah, you can take it off. That's really good. So it's a granola brown ale.
Ah.
You can taste the granola,
yeah, I can
right?
taste the granola now. I couldn't pinpoint what it was.
But we have to know that it's granola.
Yeah. It almost tasted chocolatey.
Yeah, it does. It does taste chocolatey. Black Hog Brewing Company.
Where are they out of?
Connecticut.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, Oxford, Connecticut.
The IPA coming back up.
Yeah, right? Hobo life.
Hobo life.
So being a chef, so let's go back to that really quick. When you walk into a restaurant, what do you look for? Like what... Tell the people what they should look for.
Another restaurant?
Yeah, when you walk into another restaurant, like what are the things that you look for to stay away from or to like, oh, this is going to be good?
Okay, so when you go to a nice restaurant or a supposedly nice restaurant, the first thing you should do is go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I know this sounds absolutely ridiculous. The thing is if their bathroom is clean, then the rest of the restaurant will be clean. If they don't take the time to keep the bathrooms clean, then the likeliness of them taking time to make sure the rest of the restaurant is clean is unlikely.
But is that with any restaurant? Or
yeah, that's with, like, I mean, even chain restaurants, you know what I mean? Like, if you go to an Applebee's, let's say, for example, the bathrooms are dirty, most likely that the kitchen's going to be dirty.
That's
really
I know
the court, like, it doesn't sound like it should link up, but it really does.
No, I get it. You know, absolutely.
That's
really interesting.
If you ever go to a taqueria in California and it's dirty, eat there. There's different standards. A mom and pop place and they just look dirty, it's probably going to be good food. Okay. I don't know why it works that way. You go to a chain restaurant, it's dirty, don't eat there.
Well, yeah, but then I'm sure if it looks dirty, it's also probably dirty.
But it tastes so good.
Okay.
You know?
But what about
in a good way.
What about other things? Like, are there any other cues that you look for, like the staff or like how things are placed or anything like that?
Not necessarily how things are placed. I would say usually get a drink, I would say, before you get food. Okay. So if your drink isn't that good, don't have high expectations on the food.
Okay. Now, what are your expectations? Because you're like when you go to a rrestaurant, like, is it hard to impress you? Is it easy to impress you? Like, are you able to switch it off?
Sarah says I'm hard to impress, but it's weird because when I go out to eat, I really I'm not looking for my food when I go out to eat. I just want to eat good food in general. I don't have like a standard, let's say. I mean, the term fine dining on Long Island is very tough. There are a lot of restaurants that want to do fine dining, like let's say your Manhattan fine dining, like your 11 Madisons or your Danielle Boulud's. But it's hard because the clientele on Long Island isn't the same as Manhattan.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know, because if you go to fine dining in Manhattan, you're spending like $300-$400, and you're getting
a plate, like a person.
No, like a person, let's say, and you're getting say 20-something courses, and these are long thought out dishes that take a lot of time to execute. Where fine dining on Long Island, I feel people look at a steakhouse, for example. You know, they consider themselves fine dining, but that's because aside from steaks, they do plated food that costs X amount of money, but it's a different standard. It's
because
not the
people
same.
Can't afford what they can afford in Manhattan.
That, and I feel like people's palates are different here than in the city, even though we're so close. And
culturally different.
Yeah, it's culturally different. You know what I mean?
Not as advantageous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's really interesting.
I try not to go out to eat with expectations because then if I'm let down, I don't enjoy the meal.
What about home cooked food? Like
I prefer that over anything. Like we had lasagna last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that was good lasagna.
Stinking good lasagna, man.
You know.
I felt sick.
So did I. If I'm going back for seconds, it's a compliment.
Or third.
Yeah, third. Yeah. You know. Or these days, it's like if my daughter's eating it, then I know we're okay.
Oh,
you know.
Right, all right, throw that blindfold down.
All right. I don't know what my hair looks like. Well, let's go for.
Yeah, you get to go.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've been waiting to try this one.
This one almost smells like piss.
It does.
Dude, it legitimately it smells like a diaper I'm about to change.
Oh, it really does. He ruined it for me. I can't. Alright, hold your nose.
Oh, it tastes much better than it smells.
Oh, it's actually pretty good.
It almost has like a fruity taste to it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Right? It's light.
It's very light. It smells like it'd have a spice, kind of, but it doesn't. It has a really light spice.
Yeah, you know, it almost smells like a pumpkin beer.
Oh, it does. Oh, it kind of tastes like a pumpkin beer.
All right, let's
ready?
take the blindfold off and see what's up.
So this is a chai solstice tea.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I've been really interested to try this one, the chai tea.
It's a tea.
I'm sorry, chai beer. It's a beer.
Oh, it's a beer.
This is good, man. It's got a weird aftertaste, though. Like, I have a flower in my mouth.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're in hashtag story time.
Hashtag story time.
Everybody has
you want
stories.
You want a trade story? A lot of my trade is pranks, man. There's like your standard ones where like you'll have a new busboy or server start. It's like their first time working in a restaurant. The coffee machines, they have hot water, but they're linked to the hot water line. So you'll ask them to like empty the hot water. They'll sit there for like an hour, just pouring hot water into a pitcher, dumping it in the sink. But meanwhile, it's never gonna stop.
This is a lesson that I've learned. You do not want to get into a prank with Anthony. It's like every time I like think about doing prank with him, I think of the repercussions of where this will end up. I'm like, no, it's not worth this momentary pleasure because the pain is gonna be so much worse.
And so we saved, I think it was like 9 or 10 salmon heads. And we go to the manager's office. We were lifting up the ceiling tiles, and we were using butcher's twine and tying them to the bottom jaws of the fish. tying them to the beams of the tiles and then tucking them in. So about a week or two goes by. Me and Eric had completely forgotten about it. He comes into the kitchen and he goes, "What did you do?" Entire office reeks. We go to his office and it smelled like death. At this point, there was like some wet marks in the ceiling tiles from the fish. Yeah, it was bad, dude. Started pushing the tiles up, and heads started popping down, hanging. Forgot about the AC one. I think I actually took like salmon scraps at one point and put them in his car under his driver's seat too, so he would leave work and go into his car and it would smell just as foul. And this was like midsummer too.
And that's why I don't get these.
he was really mad and didn't want anything to do with it. Mike, if you're watching this, I'm still not sorry. Did you ever hear about that whole thing with the cans where it's like if you don't clean them first?
Rat poop?
Yeah. I wonder if that's still an issue.
I don't know. This kind of looks like rat poop on it.
Oh, did you hear that you should wash your avocados before cutting into them? 1 in every 6 avocados has traces of listeria on it.
So I should wash 1 out of 6 of them? Russian roulette. Or really like Spanish roulette.
Yeah.
California roulette. You're all set.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, dude, this one doesn't smell that great either.
I feel like it smells like a typical, if you walk into a microbrewery, what it smells like. So.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I like this one.
I don't mind it. Honestly, kind of...
That's what happens when you taste 4 beers. You get pretty gassy.
It tastes like a standard beer that you get like at a bar, like at a restaurant. What's interesting is we have a lot of pretty well-known breweries like nationwide on Long Island.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So let us know if you're not from this area. I'm gonna name a couple and let us know if you have any of these in your because my friend Johnny, who is my best friend, goes to school in Emory, and they have Sand City in.
They have Sand City?
In Atlanta.
That's like local. That's like right around the corner, like down the street.
Like I can walk there.
Yeah.
So like we have Blue Point, Montauk,
Sand City,
Brooklyn, but that's not part of Long Island. I don't consider Brooklyn part of the island. It's not part of
Long
Island.
Map.
It's not part of Long Island. Don't get me started. It's not. I'm gonna ask you to leave.
In Long Island.
Greenport is one pretty big one.
Well, Great South Bay.
Is that a big one?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So let us know if they like in your area, if you're not from New York, if they have any of those beers. Cool. Any last remarks before we head out?
No.
All right, well, thanks for being a part of the show,
dude,
man.
Thanks for having
me. Thanks for
me.
drinking with Jacob.
Dude, I'm so happy to be here. Do it again. So I think my favorites for this afternoon, I think one is going to have to be our Black Hog. What was this, a brown ale, right? I think second, the chai. Third is going to be Hobo Life. The last one, this prairie dude from Oklahoma it was, right? Didn't really do it for me either.